Hello, Reverend MeeLing, Reverend Susan MeeLing, Lady Dori, Belle. I have many names. I am going to explain the Robert T. Stafford Act. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the different sections and then kind of give a generalized explanation. So that way the overall public can understand on today, 19 March 2020, or the month of March, the day of the 19th in the year 2020. This is as per the govinfo.gov website for section or Title 42 United States Code 2009 edition, which is of the Robert T. Stafford Emergency Act. The Public Health and Welfare, Chapter 68, Disaster Relief from the United States Government Publishing Office. You could go there to www.gpo.gov. Subchapter 1, Findings, Declarations, and Definitions. 5121 Congressional Findings and Declarations. A. The Congress has declared and hereby has found to declare 1. Because of disasters often caused from loss of life, human suffering, loss of income, and or property loss and damages. And 2. Because disasters often disrupt the normal functioning of governments and communities and adversely affect individuals and families with great severity, special measures designed to assist the efforts of the affected states in expediting the rendering of aid, assistance, and emergency services, and the reconstruction and rehabilitation of devastated areas are necessary. This is in reference to the COVID-19 thing going on, where everybody's on quarantine or basically lockdown. B. It is the intent of the Congress by this chapter to provide an orderly and continuing means of assistance by the federal government to state and local governments in carrying out their responsibilities to alleviate the suffering and damage by which the result from such disasters by 1. Revising and broadening the scope of existing disaster relief programs. 2. Encouraging the development of comprehensive disaster preparedness and assistance plans, programs, capabilities, and organizations by the states and by local governments. 3. Achieving great coordination and responsiveness of disaster preparedness and relief programs. 4. Encouraging individual, states, and local governments to protect themselves by obtaining insurance coverage to supplement and or replace government assistance. 5. Encouraging hazard mitigation measures to reduce losses from disasters, including development of land use and construction regulations. And 6. Provide federal assistance programs for both public and private losses sustained in the disasters. So, that's just one aspect. The amendment to that is the Robert T. Stafford Act, which was put into place in 1988. Subsection B, 700 through 707, those are the page numbers. Congressional intent to provide disaster assistance through a long-range economic recovery program for major disaster areas. Effective date, Section 605 of publication, pages 93 to 288, provide that was effective on 1 April 1974, with the exception of Section 5178 of the title prior to repeal, for pages 100 to 707, for the November 23rd, 1988 date. Short title of the 2006 amendment provides that this act amending the sections of, I'm not going to read the numbers because may be cited as Pets Evacuation and Transportation Standards Act of 2006. The act amending section, I'll read that, 5150 of the title may be cited as Local Community Recovery Act of 2006. The short title of the 2005 amendment provided that this act amending section 5133 of the title and provisions set out as a note under that section may be cited as Pre-Disaster Mitigation Program Reauthorization Act of 2005. Short title amendment of 2000 provided that this act enacting sections 5133, 5134, 5165 to 5165C, 5205, and 5206 of this title, amending sections 3796B, or as Bravo, 5122, 5154, 510C as in Charlie, 5172, 5174, 5184, 5187, and 5192 of this title, repealing sections 5176 and 5178 of this title and enacting provisions set out as notes under the sections of 3796B as in Bravo, 5133, 5165B as in Bravo, 5172, 5174, and 5187 of the title may be cited as Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000. Short title of the 1993 amendment provided that this act amending section 5170C as in Charlie of this title and enacting provisions set out as notes under sections 4601 and 5170C of the title may be cited as the Hazard Mitigation and Relocation Assistance Act of 1993. I am reading those for you individually to be able to go look those up. But in reference specifically to the Robert T. Stafford Act, the amendment in 1988, Section 101A as in alpha of Title I of Publication 100 through 707 provided that this title enacting 5141, 5153 to 5157, 5159 to 5164, 5170 to 5170C as in Charlie, 5172, 5174, 5178, 5189 to 5189B as in Bravo, and 5191 to 5193 of this title, amending the sections 1382 as in alpha, A as in alpha, 3030, 3231, 3232, 3539, 4003, 4013, 5122, 5131, 5143, 5144, 5147, 5152, 5158, 5171, 5173, 5176, 5177, 5179, 25188, 5201, 7704, and 9601 of that title, sections 1421, 1427, 1427A as in alpha, 19619, 1964, and 2014 of Title VII Agriculture sections 1706C as in Charlie, 1709, and 1715L as in Lima of Title 12 Banks and Banking, Section 636 of Title 15 Commerce and Trade, Sections 1536 and 3505 of Title 16 Conservation, Sections 241, Section 1, and 646 of Title 20, Education, Section 125 of Title 23, Highways, Section 165, 5064, and 5708 of Title 26, Internal Revenue Code, Section 701, N as in November, of Title 33, Navigation and Navigatable Waters, and Section 1820, which is now 3720, of Title 38, Veterans Benefits, while repealing Sections 5142, 5145, 5146, 5175, and 5202 of the title and former sections 5141, 5153 to 5157, 5172, 5174, 5178, and 5189 of the title, enacting provisions set out as notes under the section and sections of 3231, 5122, and 5201 of the title, amending provisions set out as a note under the section and section 1681 of Title 48, territories and insular possessions, and repealing provisions of set out as notes under the section and former section of 5178 of the title, may be cited as the Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Amendments of 1988. Say that 20 times fast. I don't think so. Sorry, it's not funny. And that's the short title. So, the last short title that I'm going to read in this is Section 1 of Publication L93 to 288, as amended by Publication 100 through 707, Title 1, 102A, as in Alpha, November 23rd, 1988, 102, Statement, I guess, 4689, Publication L 106 through 390, Title 3, Subsection 301, October 30th, 2000, 114, Statute 1572, provided that this act, enacting in the sections of Sections 3231 to 3236, 5122, 5131, 5132, 5141 to 5158, 5171 to 5189, 5201 and 5202 of the title and section 1264 of former Title 31, Money and Finance, amending sections 1706C as in Charlie, 1709, 1715, L as in Lima of Title 12, Banks and Banking, sections 241 to section 1 of 646, 758 of Title 20, Education, sections 165, 5064, 5708 of Title 26, Internal Revenue Code, section 1820, which is now 3720, of Title 38, Veterans Benefits, section 461 of former Title 40, Public Buildings, Property and Works, repealing sections 4401, 4402, 4411 to 4413, 4414 to 4420, 4431 to 4436, 4457 to 4462, and 4481 to 4485 of this title, enacting provisions set out as notes under the section of sections 4401 and 5178 of the title and sections 1264 of former Title 31, and amending provisions set out as a note under the sections of 1681 of Title 48, Territories and Insular Possessions may be cited as the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act. That is a lot to say. And I am going to show you real quick
what I just read, I don't know if it'll actually show. Okay, there you go. That's the short title. That's the short title of what I just read. Whew.
Okay, now getting to the transfer of functions. To transfer of all functions, personnel, assets, components, authorities, grant programs, and liabilities of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, including the functions under the Secretary of Federal Emergency Management relating thereto the Federal Emergency Management Agency, see Section 315A as in Alpha 1 of Title 6, Domestic Security. For transfer of functions, personnel, assets, and liabilities of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, including the functions of the Director of the Federal Emergency Management Agency relating thereto, the Secretary of Homeland Security. For treatment of related references, see former Section 313, subsection 1, and sections 551D as in Delta, 552D as in Delta, and 557 of Title 6, Domestic Security, and the Department of Homeland Security Reorganization Plan of November 25, 2002, as modified, set out as a note under Section 542 of Title 6. Delegation of functions. The functions of the President under the Disaster Relief Acts of 1970 and 1974, with certain exceptions, were delegated to the Secretary of Homeland Security. See Sections 4 to 201 and 4 to 203 of Extra Ordinance Number 12148, July 20th, 1979, 44 F as in Frank, R as in Romeo, 43239 as amended, set out as note under Section 5195 of the title. References to Disaster Relief Act of 1974, Section 102B or 102B as in Bravo of Title 1, Publication L as in Lima 100 to 707, provided that whenever any reference is made in any law other than this act, see tables for classification, regulation, documentation, rule, record, and or other paper of the United States of America to a section or provision of the Disaster Relief Act of 1974, former short title of publication L as in Lima 93 to 288, such reference shall be deemed to be a reference to such section or provision of the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act. You can see the short note above. I'm not going to read the numbers anymore. This is a lot. So whenever the reference is made of provision of law other than the act, see the short title note, regulation, rule, record, and or documents of the United States provision of the Disaster Relief Act of 1970. The reference shall be deemed to be a reference to the appropriate provision of the Act. Report on Statement Management of Small Disasters Initiative. Not later than 3 years after the date of the enactment of the Act, October 30th, 2000, the President shall submit to Congress a report describing the results of the State Management of Small Disasters Initiative, including 1. The identification of any administrative or financial benefits of the initiative, and 2. The recommendations concerning the conditions, if any, under which states should be allowed the option to administer parts of the assistance program under Section 406 of the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, 42 U.S.C. 5172. Bruce. Study regarding cost reduction. Not later than September 30th, 2007, the Director of the Congressional Budget Office shall complete a study estimating the reduction in federal disaster assistance that has resulted and is likely to result from the enactment of the Act. See short title of 2000's amendment note above. Study of the participation by Indian tribes in emergency management. The Director of Federal Emergency Management Agency to conduct a study of participation by Indian tribes in emergency management and submit report no later than 1 year after October 30th, 2000. Recommendations concerning improvement of relationships among disaster management officials. Provided that not later than 1 year after November 23rd, 1988, that the President was to recommend to Congress proposals to improve the operational and fiscal relationships that exist among federal, state, and local major disaster and emergency management officials, including provisions which would decrease the amount of time for processing requests for major disaster and emergency declarations and providing federal assistance for major disasters and emergencies, to provide for more effective utilization of state and local resources in relief efforts, and improve the timeline of reimbursement. Executive Order 11749, which related to consolidation of functions assigned to Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, had been revoked by Executive Order number 12148, July 20th, 1979. 44F as in Foxtrot, R as in Romeo, 4 tree, 2 tree, 9er, set out a note under section 5195 of the title. And the Executive Order number 11795, delegation of presidential functions. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Disaster Relief Act of 1974, Public Law 93-288, 88 Statement 14 see references to Disaster Relief Act of 1974 notated above, Section 301 of Title III of the United States Code, and as President of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered as follows. Section 1 and 2. Section 3, the Secretary of Agriculture is designated and empowered to exercise without the approval, ratification, or other action of the President all of the authority vested in the President by Section 412 of the Act. Section 5179 of this title concerning food coupons and distribution has been revoked by Executive Order number 12148, subsection 5-111 on July 20th, 1979. 44 F as in Foxtrot, R as in Romeo, 4 tree, 2 tree, 9er, references to a coupon provided under the Food and Nutrition Act of 2008 considered to refer to as a benefit under that act. See Section 4115 D as in Delta of publication, L as in Lima 1102246, set out as a note under Section 2012 of Title VII Agriculture. Seismic safety of federal and federally assisted or regulated new building construction for provisions relating to seismic safety requirements for new construction or total replacement of a building under this chapter after a presidentially declared major disaster or emergency. See Executive Order number 12699 from January 5th, 1990, 55 F as in Foxtrot, R as in Romeo, 8 Tree Fife, set out as note under section 7704 of the title. Subsection 5122 definitions as used in this chapter. 1. Emergency. Emergency means any occasion or instance for which, in the determination of the President, federal assistance is needed to supplement state and local efforts and capabilities to save lives and to protect property and public health and safety, and or to lessen or avert the threat of catastrophe in any part of the United States of America. Irony in reference to my Medal of Honor project. 2. Major disaster. Major disaster means any natural catastrophe, including, but not limited to, any hurricane, tornado, storm, high water, wind-driven water, tidal wave, tsunami, earthquake, volcanic eruption, landslide, mudslide, snowstorm, and or drought, or regardless of cause, any fire, flood, or explosion in any part of the United States of America, which in the determination of the President causes damages of sufficient severity and magnitude to warrant major disaster assistance under the chapter to supplement of the efforts and available resources of the state's local governments and disaster relief organizations in alleviating the damage, loss, hardship, and or suffering caused thereby. 3. The United States means the 50 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Guam, American Samoa, and the Commonwealth of the North Mariana Islands. 4. State means any state of the United States, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Guam, American Samoa, and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. 5. Governor means the chief executive of any state. 6. Individuals with a disability. The term individual with a disability means an individual with a disability as defined in section 12102, subsection 2 of the title. 7. Local government. The term local government means a county, municipality, city, town, township, local public authority, school district, special district, interstate district, Council of Governments, regardless of whether the Council of Governments is incorporated as a nonprofit corporation under the state law, regional or interstate government entity, or agency or instrumentality of a local government. B, as in Bravo, an Indian tribe or authorized tribal organization or Alaskan Native village or organization. And C, a rural community, unincorporated town or village or other public entity for which an application for assistance is made by a state or political subdivision of a state. Eight, federal agency means any department, independent establishment, government, corporation, or agency, other agency of the executive branch of the federal government, including the United States Postal Service, but shall not include the American National Red Cross. 9. Public facility. Public facility means the following facilities owned by a state or local government. A, any flood control, navigation, irrigation, reclamation, public power, sewage treatment and collection, water supply and distribution, watershed, development, or airport facility. If I'm not mistaken, the local airport now has military at it, on top of federal agents, or in addition to, I should say. B as in Bravo, any non-federal aid, street, road, or highway. C, any other public building, structure, or system, including those used for educational, recreational, or cultural purposes. D, any park. I'm going to stop at this next one, D, and go into that briefly. 10, private nonprofit facility. A, in general, the term private nonprofit facility means private nonprofit educational, utility, irrigation, emergency, medical rehabilitation, and temporary or permanent custodial care facilities, including those for the aged and disabled, and facilities on Indian reservations as defined by the President. B, as in Bravo, additional facilities in addition to the facilities described in subparagraph A as in Alpha. The term private nonprofit facility includes a private nonprofit facility that provides essential services of a governmental nature to the general public, including museums, zoos, performing arts facilities, community arts center, libraries, homeless shelters, senior citizen center, rehabilitation facilities, shelter workshop, and facilities that provide health and safety services of a government nature as defined by the President. The amendments that you can read: the private nonprofit facility means private nonprofit educational, utility, irrigation, emergency, medical, rehabilitational, and temporary or permanent custodial care facilities, including those for the aged and disabled, while other private nonprofit facilities which provide essential services of a governmental nature to the general public, and facilities on Indian reservations as defined by the President, substituted, and the Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands for the Northern Mariana Islands, and Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands, substituted, and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands for the Northern Mariana Islands for the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands. In paragraph 6, and striking out former paragraph 6, which reads as follows: local governments, meaning A as in Alpha, any country, city, village, town, district, or other political subdivision of any state, any Indian tribe, or authorized tribal organization, or Alaska Native village or organization, and B as in Bravo, includes any rural community or unincorporated town or village, or any other public entity for which an application for assistance is made by a state or political subdivision thereof. Inserted heading and amended text generally prior to the amendment text reads as follows: emergency means any hurricane, tornado, storm, flood, high water, wind-driven water, tidal wave, tsunami, earthquake, volcanic eruption, landslide, mudslide, snowstorm, drought, fire, explosion, or other catastrophe in any part of the United States which requires federal and emergency assistance to supplement state and local efforts to save lives and protect property, public health and safety, and or to avert and or lessen the threat of a disaster. Prior amendment text of major disaster means any hurricane, tornado, storm, flood, high water, wind-driven water, tidal wave, tsunami, earthquake, volcanic eruption, landslide, mudslide, snowstorm, drought, fire, explosion, and or other catastrophe such as the COVID-19 virus is an example, in any part of the United States which the determination of the President causes damage of sufficient severity and magnitude to warrant major disaster assistance under this chapter above and beyond emergency services by the federal government to supplement the efforts and available resources of the states, local governments, and disaster relief organizations in alleviating the damage, loss, hardship, and or suffering caused thereby. So for you who have local government on top of that, obviously, or in conjunction with, 1, in general, the term local government is deemed to have the same meaning as Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act 93 through 288, see short title, that the term Disaster Relief Act. That is just subsection 1. So for those of you who essentially don't believe in the reality that the United States of America's government has declared a national emergency. In brief, that is essentially martial law. That is a shortened version or longer version of the reality. So while some might think that this is less than what it actually is, I recommend you stop being arrogant.